Hello kids. So in the previous classes, whatever we have discussed regarding the Peter, the tale of a Peter. Okay. So basing on that story and the sensory details and also the order words. Basing on this, today we are going to write our volume. So we are going to produce the summary of the story of an own. So what we want to do? So once again I want to explain you regarding that. So retell a story in sequence. So for sequence we need the order words. Now what are the order words? Already we discussed before. The order words are first, next, then, after that, and final. So these are the words normally we use. So other words like meanwhile, later, these can also be used according to your necessity. These are the 5 main order words which we use regularly. Then what about using sensory details? Sensory details means whatever we are seeing, whatever we are smelling, whatever we are hearing, whatever we are touching, so in the sense or tasting, and also whatever we are feeling. So basing on these sensory, we are going to retell a story in sequence. So what story? So let us take the Peter story only. So first what happened? So we observed that mother was going to bakery and she asked not to go to MacGregor's garden. All the other 3 brothers of Peter listened. So they had observed what mother told and they were really very good children. So they didn't go anywhere and they were playing at home and they just went down the lane as mother said. Yes? Then, so the words like first, what mother told. Then what happened? Then Peter entered MacGregor's garden. So after that what happened? Sequencing of the sentences. After that, MacGregor observed the Peter. Then what did he do? He chased him. So after that, how he escaped from that situation. Then what happened? So meanwhile he entered into a tool shed. There he himself he tried to hide in a can, but because of water he was unable to hide there. Then he escaped from and he went near a door. Then he observed a mouse. Then he found a mouse. So the words like that, the usage of this. So if you remember the sequence of the story just by reading the story, then what are really the important events? Don't take anything which is unimportant. Like he jumped here, he peeped from the wheelbarrow, or he shed tears. Some sentences are there which are not really very important. Only the important events which make the story. Try to collect only those sentences and by using the order words like first, next, then, after that. Then try to use these. How? First, he saw. So if I use the word like saw, in that I am using the first order word and also see. First, he saw MacGregor's garden. Next, he smelt the vegetables. Then, he heard some sound. After that, he tasted the vegetables. Like this means according to the order you can use them. You can change the order of these things. Okay. Now, basically, this you want to write your story using only the important events, the ordered words. Along with the ordered words, you want to use these sensory details also. Means the words like see, what he smelled, what did he hear, what did he taste in the garden. And finally, what happened to him? How did he feel in that journey, in his adventurous journey? Basing on this, try to complete your volume, page number 18 in your book. Now in this, let us see what is there. So retelling a story. If you see that retelling a story. Use the ordered words to write the summary of the story. Also include details about what Peter Rabbit saw, felt, heard, smelt and tasted. So try to use both the words. That means in a sentence you want to use an order word and also the sensory details. And after that you want to check your writing using the checklist. My summary has used time order words. That means you want to use them correctly, then only you can keep yes, otherwise you will go for no. So first if you go for your checklist, then you can write really very well your paragraph. So it must include the details about the senses, and also it must include the introduction, character, setting, some action, the rising action which we discussed in our first S1, climax and conclusion. Try to include all these things in your paragraph, and also use both simple and compound sentences. Compound sentences are the sentences which contains the fanboys, that means the conjunctions. Try to use the conjunctions in between, and you can write some simple sentences according to the usage. And you want to check that all your sentences begin with the capital letters and they must end with the full stops. And some important things that we can add to the checklist. So if you want to write what you want to still add, basing on that you can write one sentence here. What is really required to write a paragraph on the summary. Okay, basing on this, complete your volume, page number 18, and send it through WhatsApp. Okay kids, thank you.